Hello, history friends. This is our Unit 1 test. Please start by putting your name up at the top, and then go ahead and make sure you have all of your notes ready to go. I'm going to be reading the test out loud. Feel free to pause the video and then hit play whenever you're ready for the next question. Number 1 says, what are the 5 themes of U.S. history? Hint, it's an acronym for SPICE, S-P-I-C-E. So go ahead and put in what the descriptions are for SPICE. Again, feel free to hit pause and then come back when you're ready for the next one. For the next part of question 1, you need to circle one of the following categories to complete the SPICE process with. So it could be an esports event, a Chicago Bears football game or any football game, the White House, the MCHS cafeteria, or a grocery store. So for this one, going to have you list examples of where we see SPICE in whichever category you chose. So start by choosing one of those locations or events, circle it, and then list all of the SPICE examples that could go with it. List as many as you can. All right, for the next section, my friends, we only need to choose one out of the 2 questions to write about. So you're either going to choose 2A or 2B. You do not have to do both. You are choosing either 2A or 2B. Here's what 2A says. In the beginning of the year, we looked at several different Native American tribes. What tribe did you learn about? What are some of their differences and similarities between your tribe and the others you learned about? How does this information help us understand the region of North America better? And then 2B says, the U.S. purchased Louisiana from France. Why was the U.S. originally interested in purchasing this land? Why was Louisiana for sale in the first place? Did the U.S. get a good deal for this land? And now that the U.S. has acquired all of this land, how do you think they intend to use it? Why is this event significant to U.S. history? So again, my history friends, you are only choosing one of those options, either 2A or 2B. Circle either the A or B, and then write about your answer there in the box. Feel free to hit pause, and then when you're ready, come on and take a look at number 3. All right, history friends, 3A says, who did Thomas Jefferson send to explore the land of Louisiana? What was the purpose of their mission? What were they trying to accomplish? What did Thomas Jefferson think of the natives prior to their journey? Did he have good intentions or bad intentions for this mission? Was the trip a success or a failure? How do you know? So that's option A. You only have to choose A or B. You don't have to do both. But option B says, the War of 1812 was called the Second Revolution. Why? Who was involved in this war? What were some of the reasons that this war started? The war lasted about 5 years in length. Who won the war? What were some of the effects that happened because of it? What do we call the era after the War of 1812? Think about Mr. Bell and Miss Murdie flexing their muscles. In the box, circle, are you writing about A or B? And then start writing your response. Question 4. 4A says, who was Monroe and why was it called a doctrine? Who is the U.S. talking to in this document? Why was the U.S. so confident to have this doctrine in place? What did the doctrine say would happen if they didn't take it seriously? How did the world view the U.S. after we published this to the world? So that's 4A. 4B says, the Supreme Court ruled that Indian removal was unconstitutional. What does the word unconstitutional mean? Why did they rule it this way? What was their thought process? Is Indian removal an example of patriotism or nationalism, and why? What were some of the arguments for Native American removal? Like, what were the positives? What were people saying why it should happen? But then what were some of the arguments against Native American removal? What were some of the negative reasons that people were against Native American removal? So again, circle A or B, and then write your response there. When you're done, double check that you've written in every single one of these boxes and that you filled out SPICE up at the top and that you've given an example for each of those. Make sure your name's on the test and then you can turn it in. Thank you, history friends.